Do you find yourself constantly being inconsistent with something you say you're gonna do? Or do you find yourself constantly making excuses after you start a project, leading you to stop? If that is you, keep watching. The topic for this month is discipline. I'll be talking on 3 types of discipline this month. You cannot be successful in 2024 without discipline. If you want to stay tuned, make sure you subscribe so that you can get the videos as soon as they drop every Saturday, every week. Today's video is going to be the foundation of discipline. What is discipline? For me, I used to associate discipline with punishment. When I hear the word discipline, it meant punishment. So when everybody used to talk about disciplining yourself, I felt like that meant to punish myself. And so I was not with it. And a lot of us start off with this understanding of discipline as well, whether that be like in our household or what we see on social media or just our different experiences. But today, we're not talking about that type of discipline. That's not, or this month, that's not the type of discipline that we'll be speaking about. I'll be speaking about discipline that comes from the Bible, that you hear millionaires and billionaires talk about, that has had an impact on how and where they are in life today. The discipline that allows them to be a better version of themselves in all areas of their lives. Let's jump right in. Webster defines discipline as control gained by obedience or order. Control gained by obedience and order. So you gain control in an area of your life through being obedient or having some sort of order in that area of your life. Discipline helps us to gain control over our habits and our behaviors to impact the outcome of a goal that we're trying to accomplish. You cannot achieve any goal without discipline, and discipline kind of goes hand in hand with consistency, but we're going to just focus on the area of discipline for the sake of this video. We're going to talk about why you may have no discipline, and I think this is crucial because a lot of people will tell you you need discipline to do this, you need discipline to do that. You will run into certain obstacles and they don't tell you how to overcome that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in today's video. So why you have no discipline? Number 1 could be lack of clarity. How you're going to do something or why you're going to do something is very important, especially in the beginning stages. If you have a goal that you're trying to accomplish, you need to understand why you're going to accomplish it. Like, you can't just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to work out. Okay, why? Why do you want to work out? Why do you want to go to the gym? Because when things get hard, you're not going to care about doing it anymore. It's the why that allows you to keep going and pushing through the obstacles. When you dive deeper and you develop a why of why you're going to do something, you associate it with a emotional connection. So every time you think about that why, you have this feeling that you don't want to feel. So for example, somebody might say, I want to work out because I want to be confident when I'm around my friends, when I go to the beach or something in the summertime. So every time you think of your why, you're going to say, I don't want to feel this way because X, Y, and Z. You're going to remember that feeling that you would feel if you don't lose the weight or if you don't go to the gym. So having a why behind a goal that you're trying to accomplish or starting there, having that starting point is extremely important because you can always reflect back to that reason to give you the clarity that you need to keep going forward, because there will be obstacles when you're developing your discipline. There will be temptation like no other. It will come out of nowhere. It's really when you start getting your life together, all these things try to come at you, and it's there to test you to see if you really want what you say you want. And it's through discipline that you're able to show that. Nobody cares about what people say they're going to do. They care about when they get it done. And when they get it done, they're like, how did you do it? And then they're going to be like, discipline. So it's an important and crucial point in any goal that you're trying to accomplish, is to have clarity as to why you're doing that thing. Number 2 is belief. you don't believe that you can do it. A lot of people start certain goals, and I feel like we miss this point. You miss the point of you need to believe that you can do it. That even though it will be hard, you can do it. A lot of us just kind of believe, yeah, it's possible and I'm gonna try. But we leave this area of doubt that says, oh, if I don't try, if I don't succeed, it's okay. And it might be, but it's an area that you need to fill with, I need to do my best. I can do it. I need to do this differently. We have to fill it with affirmations or, just speaking to yourself like, I believe I can do this. I believe in myself to do this. And a lot of us don't believe that we can do certain goals. When you're going through it and it's getting harder, you have to believe in yourself. We talk about like accountability partners and how it's important to, have someone, or essential to have someone that can say, hey, how is X, Y, and Z going? They can message you all you want, but if you don't believe that you can accomplish it, it won't happen. You're gonna fall short every time. Belief is an important part in why you may have no discipline. And so number 3 is you have no plan. I like to plan for obstacles. So for example, when I was doing my raw fruits and vegetable challenge, there were certain days when I didn't feel like getting up and preparing and cooking and doing all of that. Like I didn't feel like making a salad because I didn't feel like cutting up the fruits. You know how hard it is to cut up a watermelon? I didn't feel like cutting up the watermelon. I didn't feel like cutting up the honeydew melon, the papaya, and cutting out the seeds. I didn't feel like doing that. I know there were days where I would be weaker and I wouldn't have the energy that I have on certain days. So what I did was I made sure that I planned for those days by meal prepping the fruits and vegetables. I cut them up on the days where I have the highest energy. I cut up the romaine lettuce. I chop up the peppers and I put them in a bowl so that when the lower version of myself kick in, because remember, when you're building your discipline, you're building a higher version of yourself. And so you're going to have days where the lower version's like, oh no, you could just eat out today. Oh no, you don't have to do X, Y, and Z today. Just rest. Don't do anything. And so you have to prepare and plan for those days. And so when I feel like I didn't want to cook, meal prep, or make a salad or anything, I just go in the fridge and I throw it all together because I have no excuse now. It's already there, easy. I don't have to say, oh, it's gonna take up a lot of time to do it. I've already prepared for that issue. Because I could have come out and been like, oh, this is going to take too much time. I'm just going to order in some food and boom, I'm breaking something that I already said I'm committed to doing because I wasn't prepared for the obstacles that were going to come my way. I had no plan for that. So you have to plan for the obstacles that your lower version of yourself might start giving you excuses for. We tell ourselves excuses. They're not real issues. They could be worked around. Some of the things we tell ourselves are excuses. And so you have to prepare for that when you're building your discipline. The lower version of you is going to want to kick back in and say, no, don't do this today. Just eat out. Don't go to the gym today. But you have to have a level of understanding that that's a part of life, but you can only plan and prepare for that. So number 4 is expectations. You want to see results immediately, and that is not accurate. When you're building your discipline, a lot of your growth is internal. It's not external. You're not going to see it right away. And so you have this expectation that, oh, if I don't see results, it's not working, and that is not true. When you're building your discipline, it's growing you in different ways that you can't even imagine. And so I like to think of it as being present. When you're building your discipline, it's a time to be present because discipline will always teach you something about yourself you didn't know. It's going to always show you how much stronger you were than you thought, how much wiser you were than you thought, that you know how to work around the obstacles that come up. So I think it's important to not have this expectation of what the process should look like. Your journey will not look like what you expect it to. It will not look like what you expect it to. So you have to be present and allow yourself to go on this journey without the expectations of what it should look like and not comparing yourself to other people. So those are the 4 things that could be holding you back from building your discipline. Lack of clarity, no belief, you have no plan, and the expectations you set on yourself. There's a scripture that I used to get me through my beginning stages of discipline, and it's 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For the Spirit God gives us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. It does not make us timid. It gives us power, love, and self-discipline. So you already have the discipline inside of you that you already need. You just need to believe. You just need to create a plan, and you just need to enjoy the hard times that are gonna come. Enjoy them because they're not gonna last. Work through them and build your self-discipline through those seasons. And believe that you can do it, and promise yourself not to give up regardless, because you already have the discipline that you need. And Romans 8 verse 18 says that our present suffering is nothing compared to the glory that will be revealed in us. And my Raw Fruits and Vegetable Challenge is a great example of that. The suffering that I felt building the discipline through that was nothing compared to what I got on the other side of it. The outcome outweighed everything that I went through. It was like, oh yeah, like I did this happened. It doesn't faze me as much because I see the result. Thank you for watching. I really hope you guys stay tuned for this month of December. We're focusing on discipline. And the 3 disciplines that I'll focus on is spiritual discipline, emotional discipline, and self-discipline. You need discipline in these areas to be able to succeed in 2024. And so these are what I'll be focusing on. I'm your coach, Onika. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.